Public policy analyst William Joseph says while the Fiscal Responsibility Act restricts spending on wages and salaries in the public sector to 9% of the GDP, it however has no limitations on social spending. Joseph says this may be a concern for public workers who are apparently paying for social programs with a blank check. He further adds to compound the issue, during the structural adjustment program, though the slogan was shared sacrifice, it was not equal sacrifice. The public policy analyst, using the referendum as his point of reference, says experience taught Grenadians that the government did not appear to have a clear policy on justice.
The gratuity crisis, which is what we are facing now, is showing us, is teaching us that the government has no clear policy on the question of socio-cultural development. Let me explain what I mean. Now, it is one thing to provide for the poor, and that is important and necessary. It is important and necessary. Put money behind helping poor people and so on. But that is not development. That is maintenance. Maintenance. There's a difference between development and maintenance. So when we eat all of the social programs to help the less fortunate among us, though important and necessary and critical, though that expenditure does not lead to development.
He believes that government is mixing matters when it comes to the importance of the 25% gratuity payments.
On the other hand, the gratuity issue is a development issue because it goes to the issue of ownership.
Right.
And I should like for people to consider that very carefully, right? It's a cultural thing that, and that's why we made a point the last time that the gratuity must be effective. It must not be peppercorn, meaning that when you get it, it must be so substantial that it could actually help the retiree to clear up particularly his mortgage, and at that point get to own the house, so that the credit union or the bank no longer owns.
Joseph, also lending teeth to the March 13th elections, in which another clean sweep was celebrated, highlights that such an outcome can lead to a lack of good governance within government. The policy analyst says this is especially so when the government, which is a human system, makes mistakes which leads to what he calls a gratuity crisis. This crisis, he notes, has produced disruption, strained relationships and mistakes in decision-making, which in turn created the cancellation of intercall. Joseph says this calls for a quick resolution, which would prevent a further escalation of the situation. For GBN News, Janelle MacDonald.